I haven't done this in a long time, and I feel really strange looking into a camera and talking to myself, but here I am, probably almost a week now from having a complete and total emotional, mental, and physical breakdown. Is the best way I can describe it. I have a lot to say, and I just wanted to sit down and just get it out in real time. I'm not sure if and when I'll ever even post this. Now in this moment, I have so much that I need the world to hear, and this is the best way I felt to do that. I've lived in my apartment by myself since 2016, I believe, and I've struggled every single day to try to make rent since I moved in here. Every single day. Backstory. My name is Sharif. I was born in Trinidad and Tobago. I've lived in New York City since I was 4 years old. I've been in New York City since 1993. I've seen New York go through ebbs and flows. I was here during 9/11. I was here when cell phones started to become popular. I was here when there was tokens instead of Metro cards. Like, I've been in New York City for a long time. But the reason I sat down here right now is not to talk about my financial issues, but to talk about the current state of this country, particularly the healthcare industry. I had United Healthcare last year at my old firm. I work in architecture, or I used to. I'd like to move to film production, which is why I'm sitting down here, professional mic, professional camera, and lighting, and then trying to make it work, make a fresh start. I've been severely depressed for the past year. Aside from being depressed, I was diagnosed as type 2 bipolar disorder in 2016 after a very serious and traumatic breakup. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what happened. My brother also is bipolar and schizoaffective. My mother also suffers from her own mental health issues that she's currently dealing with. Losing my health insurance was a big deal for me. Not only because everything is so expensive, but because being bipolar, I require a good amount of medicine. And not being insured meant I could not be medicated. I didn't tell any of my friends, any of my family, any of my coworkers, nothing was happening with me. And last Wednesday, I got off the phone with a friend, finally went in the shower after days of not doing that, looked in the mirror, saw my fingers through my hair as it's balding, and just said, Sharif, you look homeless. You look at your worst. You look bad and you feel bad. And I just said to myself out loud, I didn't know how I'm gonna do this. I can't do this. And I completely broke down. I had a full meltdown, and then was very close to going to the hospital to seek help. But not being insured, I was so scared that going to the ER would bankrupt me. That is the current state of this country. Donald Trump is elected yet again after every single thing that he said, and countless times telling the American people what he will be and who he is. And they didn't believe him. I came to this country when I was 4 years old, bright-eyed. I was an artist, always. I then decided to go into architecture. I completed a very rigorous degree, 5-year degree that took me 6 years to complete because I was working nonstop. It wasn't enough. I barely make enough to afford rent when I can hold on to a job long enough that my bipolar disorder doesn't start affecting it. If I'm not insured, I'm pretty much like screwed. If I don't have work, I don't know how I'll pay for my rent, how I'll pay to feed myself, how to like live my life. And again, I live in New York City, one of the busiest, most prosperous cities in the world. And we're all struggling, all of us. I know that I'm privileged to be in this place, but some people are even less privileged than I am. So, with that being said, stay tuned, because these conversations are going to continue. I have a lot to say. Above all else, free Luigi.